Welcome all sports fans, YouTubers, Facebookers, all social media across the nation. This is Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Clayton. And before we get into it, please like and subscribe to Uneducated Network and Uneducated Sports Talk, both channels on YouTube. Please like and subscribe to see everything sports and other things on our channel. So that being said, this is our Week 8 preview, our pick'ems for each and every game. We had one game that passed, the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins. Deshaun Watson went off, so if you had him in fantasy, he did a mind-blowing, big play after big play. 5 touchdowns, only 4 incompletions. That's what I call a ball game for your quarterback. We did have the Texans winning, so we actually want to know going into this. We did not give our pickers, but let's start off with this now. Our early morning game, the Eagles at the home team Jaguars playing in London. That's going to be, we think, a tough defensive battle. Both teams coming in 3-4. Both teams are limping, but whoever wins this can kind of get their season back on track. We have the Eagles winning this 27-17. We just think the Jaguars and Blake Bortles against that defense is not going to be a pretty game. Blake Bortles might get benched again. So, Ravens at the Panthers, another good one. We have the Panthers winning this in a tight defense battle. We have the Panthers winning 17-7. I think that Carolina's defense is going to shut down Joe Flacco and company. They were flying high at the beginning of the season with their new revamped offense, but now all of a sudden everything's come down, crashing on them pretty hard. So we have the Panthers with that great defense and being at home, winning this game 17-7. Broncos at the Chiefs. Surprisingly, I don't have a blowout in this one. I think Pat Mahomes is still going to have an excellent game, and they're going to score a lot of points. But I think they'll win 31-23. The Broncos tend to kind of stay in these kind of games. I think the Broncos will give them a fight, but at the end, too much offensive power from Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. They win 31-23 at home. The Broncos are, you don't know what you'll get on offense, but I believe that the Chiefs defense is that bad that the Broncos will kind of stay in this game. Even though it might feel like a Chiefs victory the whole entire time, don't be surprised to score a single digits when it's all over with. Browns at the Steelers. This is our upset of the week. We have the Cleveland Browns defeating the Pittsburgh Steelers by a score of 31-29. Don't ask me how that's going to happen, but I got a feeling that Baker Mayfield is going to turn around after I've said it. The Browns will lose the last, I think, 2 or 3 games I've said it, they lose, and I think we'll have to win this game against Steelers. Off that bye week, still no Le'Veon Bell. Their hopes might be a little bit crushed. They might not be too focused in this game. I think the Browns come out there and punch them in the mouth early. Steelers claw back, but too little, too late. Browns win 31-29. Seahawks at the Lions. We have the Seahawks actually win this game by 1, 24-23. It's going to be a really good game. This is a tough matchup for both squads and a must-win for both squads because both of these squads might be trying to fight for the wild card spot. So whoever wins this will have an upper hand on the bragging rights for the wild card spot, pretty much. So we have the Seahawks winning 24-23 in a thriller. The Buccaneers at the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals, after that dismal loss to the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday Night Football, they come back home and play against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We have them winning 28-14. The Buccaneers, they're not that good. Well, Ryan Fitzpatrick at least had a chance with the deep balls. Now Jameis Winston, he keeps continuing making mistake after mistake. This team is going to get blown out in this game. Cincinnati's a different team at home, pretty much. I like them winning 28-14. Steady defense, steady offense from Andy Dalton and company. So we have the Bengals winning that 28-14. The New York Jets at the Chicago Bears, our next one. We have the Bears winning that 30-20. Bears at home against the Jets team that just faces, that's not good. The Bears defense is pretty damn good. And they're not facing Tom Brady anymore. They're facing Sam Darnold, who's been turnover prone, and that Jets offense has come down to earth big time. So we have the Bears winning this 30-20. Redskins at the Giants. Have the Redskins squeaking out a victory 26-20 over the New York Giants. The Giants are just falling apart, and it doesn't get any easier for them with the Redskins coming into town, who might be the best defense in the NFC East. So I get a feeling that the Giants are going to go ahead and have another lackluster game. Odell might get his, but of course he has Josh Norman right across from them talking smack. So it's going to be really good to see those two guys face each other again. And I have the Redskins win this 26-20, who continue to remain in first place at the NFC East. Next game, Colts at the Raiders, and I have the Raiders actually having a bounce back week. Yes, all the turmoil going on with them trading Amari Cooper and of course the Khalil Mack, and then All these guys being traded left and right from the Oakland Raiders. Well, I think for some reason they bounced back in this game in a big way. I got them winning 38-27 against the Colts, team that isn't really good on defense. Yes, they have a lot of sacks, but their secondary still isn't good. I think Oakland puts up major points in this game and actually gets a victory and at least have one more week of just people not bashing them too hard. But if they do lose this game, that's it. It's just, I mean, it's already over as it is. But now you're just completely over, and no one will buy into the rest of the season, I promise you. So they have to win this game. It's a must-win for the Oakland Raiders. We have them winning 38-27. 49ers at the Cardinals. We got the Cardinals a clean sweep over the San Francisco 49ers. We have them winning 23-20 at home. The Cardinals team, they're bad, but I mean they're not that bad. We have been winning against 49ers team who isn't that good, especially with Jimmy Garoppolo being gone now. C.J. Beathard's their quarterback, pretty much turnover prone the last couple weeks. I think Arizona being at home, that defense is going to fill the crowd, and they're going to score just enough points to beat the 49ers. We got them winning 23-20. Packers at Rams, which is the game of the week for most people. But Rams will win this one 34-27 in a shootout with Aaron Rodgers. But at the end, the Rams defense is a little bit better than the Packers defense, and they're at home. Gotta go with the Rams. I'm done picking against the Rams. They're just too good right now, and I gotta see them lose it for me to believe that they'll lose anytime soon. So I'm definitely going with the Rams in this game, 34-27. Todd Gurley might get another 3 touchdowns to tie the record. Hell, he might get 4 touchdowns to break the record for most touchdowns through the first 8 weeks of the season. So he's a monster, and he's just going to continue to put up numbers with this kind of offense that Sean McVay has got going for this Rams team. And the Rodgers, everything's good with the defense. I mean, the defense is bad, and that's why the Rams are going to score plenty of points with Corey Rodgers, and the Packers will score points too. Randall Cobb is still questionable, but he has Ronald Allison coming in, and Randall Cobb could play, so he might have his full arsenal of weapons come game time. Excuse me. Saints at Vikings, which is the game of the week. It's a revenge game. I was going back and forth. I didn't know who I'm going to pick, the Saints or the Vikings. I've gone against the Saints a few times already this year, and I've lost that. But this time, I thought about it. I was going with the Vikings at first, but then all the injuries started piling up. Sadejo is out. Evans and Griffin may or may not play. And then you have Xavier Rhodes, who may or may not play. And, you know, once you start getting that defense up, it's not the same defense from last year. It's the defense of this year. And right now, they're just middle of the pack. They're ranked 14th in defense and ranked 14th in offense. But their offense is going to keep them in the game, I believe. But at the end of the day, Drew Brees would eat them up, and it won't be a slow start like in the NFC divisional game last year. The Saints will kind of have a fast start, I believe, and they'll get this victory. I got them winning 33-26 in a nice shootout with the Minnesota Vikings. This isn't last year's Vikings defense, and right now all those guys being out and a lot of guys coming in after injury, I think Drew Brees would tear them apart, and the running game, be wary of that. And then Patriots at Bills, Monday Night Football. What a down game to end the week, Monday Night Football. But Patriots are going to destroy the Bills, even if it's in Buffalo. They just don't have the talent at all to even have a remotely chance of beating Tom Brady and the New England Patriots at home. You know, no, they're at home, but I get a feeling that it's going to be a tough night for them. Bills fans would love nothing more than to beat the Patriots, but it's just not going to happen. The Patriots, matter of fact, have the 5th easiest record for the rest of the season. Along with the Chiefs, they have like the 7th easiest record. So it's going to be very, very tough for. Not as tough for the Patriots and the Chiefs to make it to the playoffs. They're the 2 best teams in the AFC, clearly. So, with that being said, those are our picks. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below. What is your game of the week? Or what teams or what matchup are you looking most forward to? Let me know down in the comments below. So that being said, it's your boy Carlos Clayton. This is Uneducated Sports Talk. All sports fans, you guys know what time it is. Stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace. Let's get out of here.